What's the point? What's the point of you? Why are you doing that? That's quite an aggressive question, isn't it? What's your point? What are you up to? Why? It's quite harsh to ask somebody that. It's not normal or polite. But what are you up to? Like, where are you headed? What is the point? I feel like we don't ask that question and it's seen as rude because for a lot of us, we don't want to engage with it. If you put that question at me, I have an answer. But if you say to me, well, is your life all lined up to that? Maybe not. Maybe that's why I don't like the question. It's maybe why you don't like the question. What is the point of being here? Is it to get the most stuff? Is it to live in peace and joy? Is it to find somebody who loves you and be loved in return? Is it, what have you been living for? What are you heading for? What are you sold out for? There's some dream, I hope, that is driving you. If there's no dream that's driving you, that's a sad place to be in. My driver, my goal is to enjoy God and to love Him forever. And for us to do our life together. And that leads to a whole load of other goals and drives and things that are particular to me that I feel like I'm supposed to do with the people around me. And first and foremost, with my family and my closest friends, to do that together. It's not just me on my own. Our purpose is shared. So if I ask that question in a nicer way, not like in your face, but kind of talk about, what is your purpose? What do you think you were made for? What are you aiming at? What is it that you want? Jesus was really good at asking people, what do you want? And normally they were wanting something from Him. But I think He was also asking that question on a deeper level and going, hey, what do you want? And He invited people to come and follow Him and be with Him and join in with Him and then say, hey, you come and join me, you learn from me, and that'll release you in what you want. And sometimes those wants were changed and improved and moulded, I guess most of the time. If you know where you're aiming at, you can start to set your whole life up. You can calibrate everything around that thing that you're headed at. Have you ever had long enough to stop and ask that question? What am I headed at? What am I trying to do? What's the point? And how am I going to line things up to get there? Now, if your point is to do awful things, I might be helping you to do some really bad things. But I believe deep in our hearts, we were made to do great things, to work with God, to see His world improve, to bring how He sees things, how He does things down into earth and change it for the better. I think that's what we're all called to. And you've got something special to do within that. So what is it you were made for? Who are you going to do that with? How are you going to put the plans in place to do that? Where's the support coming from? How are you going to do that? Like, don't take my question and beat yourself up that, it's too small or it's not good enough or it doesn't compare to somebody else's. Let's do what we're called to do and enjoy it and find fulfillment by knowing where we're going and enjoying the journey.